Just finished watching 9 episodes of Arcane, which is like the complete season for season one on Netflix. And in summary, I would say this is probably one of the best new. Well, it's actually probably one of the best TV shows I've ever seen, anime or not. This review is going to have spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, you should not watch this. This anime series is actually based off a game called League of Legends. But this is definitely not for kids. I would not let anyone younger than 15 watch this. I would say the main character is Vi, who is on the right with the pink hair, and her sister Powder, which we saw earlier with the purple hair, well, the blue hair actually, and the other characters are their dad Vander, as well as these friends. Well, at least for the first episode. Again, this is gonna have spoilers. Vi is basically a thief, I guess, who goes up to the upper world, which is a city filled with more of the wealthy folks, while she and her friends live in the sewers in the city below. This is one of the characters that we see early on who almost gets swindled by other people, but Vander actually helped him recover his coins. But later on, this guy's gonna betray the girls, uh, and this is Vander, who is the person who's taking care of the two girls. He basically is taking care of, I guess, a bunch of kids, and he's the leader in the city below. He used to be a warrior and fought for was the leader of the rebellion, but then now he's taking care of the bar. And this is Echo. He's basically a kid who's really good with gadgets and such, I guess, and like a scientist. And he's also one of the gang of the kids, I guess. I really like this anime because there's a lot of themes that it explores between wealth and the poor and the gap in between. And I think it reminds me a lot of this other anime that Netflix did previously. Um, Gosh, I forgot the name, but there was one story within that anime that reminds me a lot of this. And I think that was the short anime of that girl who was controlling this beast, and she fights in the arena with other beasts. And the way she walks, the way she has that pull over jacket with the hood, it reminds me a lot of Vi in this. I wonder if it's the same creators, but there's definitely some similarities. I mean, I this series is only 9 episodes, but I'm amazed by how much time it covers and how much storyline it covers. It's probably one of the most polished and tight storylines I've ever seen on a TV series. There's nothing really that's fluff. Every second, every frame is pretty important. The story of Powder and how she turns really evil, I think it's a pretty powerful story. You could definitely see it happening in real life based on somebody who has a really bad experience and trauma that changes them entirely into a different person. Definitely relatable. The story itself, I would say it's not super positive. Uh, there's a lot of themes dealing with drug addiction, people changing due to drugs and how it changes them from better to worse. People experimenting on each other like guinea pigs. Pretty sad stuff. Mel is probably one of the most beautiful characters in this anime. I mean, she is just amazingly beautiful and smart. I'm sort of glad she and Jace hit it off and has a relationship because I feel like they're both good characters who are trying to do the right thing. I don't know how it's going to turn out in season two, but I really like these two characters in season one. Uh, And there's also the story of Caitlin. She's actually the daughter of one of the counselors. The counselors are the people of power, basically in the upper city. And I really liked her character as well. I towards the end, I was kind of worried that she would get killed. I was really, really worried that she would be killed. And fortunately, I think we're going to see her in season two. Vander was definitely a very powerful character, even though he was only, I mean, he was in, I think, 3 episodes. So you do see a lot of him, and you get to see what he stands for, what he's fighting for, and you really care about the character. And so when he died, it was kind of really affected me. I mean, I felt really sad about it because I was hoping he would live longer. Um, yeah, this is actually one of the people who was part of Vander's group in the beginning, but later on she turned to Silko's group, Silko's gang, I guess, and fought for him. I believe I guess she lost trust in Vander and lost faith in him. This is definitely not one of those animes where it's for kids because you see a lot of these kids that grow up to be very tough and violent because of the life that they had to deal with and all the fights and and living in the slums of the underworld. I guess it really changes them, and not in a good way. I think for me, the animation of this, like again, it reminds me of that anime from Netflix previously of that girl who fought in the arena with her monster, but then turns out, her brain is actually in the monster. This anime reminds me so much of that short film, and that short film really was amazing. I think overall my favorite character is Vi, because she's just really tough, and even though she does a lot of stupid things early on, um, she just has no fear. I mean, she has fear, but she keeps going, and it never stops protecting her family. And I also like Jace. I mean, in the earlier episodes, I thought he was going to be an asshole or turn out to be an idiot and do some really stupid stuff, and he does. But it's not one of those roles where they do dumb things and continue to do some dumb things, but he actually learns to grow and becomes wiser along the way. So I really hope he continues doing that. Another theme of this series is about technology and how it ruins and corrupts people with power when they use it for evil. And this is one of the scenes we see a lot when it talks back about the sort of like a catalysm or something that destroyed the world because of technology and magic. I think it was magic actually. This particular scene, actually, this hammer that he's holding, this is Jace and his mom, and then in the photo is Jason, his dad. The one of the photo of the hammer will come later on when he creates a hammer that's just like that using the Power Stone. This is the one of the kids that gets corrupted. He's one of the henchmen of Psycho, and then Psycho somehow convinces him to take the shimmer, which is like a drug that gives like a I guess a berserker powers to a person for a period of time, but creates addiction. And this is the doctor who creates the shimmer for Psycho. I actually didn't realize that till later on. But you're gonna see other characters that come to him as well, like Victor, which is one of the scientists that works with Jace. I really am interested in finding out more about this character and what he did with his daughter. I wonder if uh, yeah, regarding that scientist, I wonder if that creature that he created, that he called Rio, I wonder if that was his daughter who had a disease, and so he tried to transmutate her with shimmer or something like that, and then to probably try and save her life I feel like that must be the case because even though that creature is almost dead, he keeps keeping her alive somehow. And this is one of the guess traitors who one of the corrupt officials who takes money from Psycho in order to protect him and his gang in the underworld and helps them with illegal smuggling and covering up their crimes. This guy has a daughter as well, and I mean, he's not a totally bad guy, but he's definitely corrupted. This show, I would say, from Netflix, it's probably it's probably the best TV show from Netflix. Period. I mean, prior to this, I really liked the anime shorts that they did. But in terms of like any type of TV show from Netflix, this is probably the best one that they've ever done. I mean, I don't think anything else would come close. Maybe the second would be, um, maybe the second one would be Cowboy Bebop. I really like Cowboy Bebop from Netflix as well. They do really good TV shows, but their movies all suck. I haven't seen any movie from Netflix that is actually good. I'm really hoping for season two to come out soon. I don't know if I can wait too long because it's such a. I mean, I really want to. The ending is such a cliffhanger. I really want to see what happens next. Who gets killed? Who lives? There's a lot of characters that I want to live that I am scared that they might be killed. And another part of me is wondering whether Powder or Jinx, as she's now known, will be alive because when she shot the missile at the end, she disappears. I don't know if she got killed by that blast of the missile or she's alive. That's something that to me was, at least to me, I was not sure about. And I'm kind of very looking forward to what happens between the relationship of Caitlyn and Vi. I would love to see how that develops because you could tell they're both interested in each other, and they're both really rebels and strong-headed and brave. And I just want to see how they uh, become better. And I just want to. I hope Jace actually lives along with Mel because they are both such great characters. But the thing of this show is they do kill off people. It's not one of those shows where everyone lives. So I would be kind of sad if they kill off Jace or Mel because it seems like they still have a lot of storylines left. This is one of those shows where I hope that they continue on for maybe like 5 or 6 or 7 seasons. I mean, I think the world that they're creating here is just amazing, and I would love to see 7 or 9 seasons of this. I, could- I it's to me it's better than Game of Thrones. Just the storyline is and the graphics, the characters, everything is so tight. There's not like any wasted or fluff that's put in these shows at all. Every frame is so important, and that's why I like it versus a lot of these other shows that just drag on or put like uh, fluff video to fill up the time. This is not one of those. I guess now that Silco dies at the end, I wonder who's going to be the next bad guy. I guess it might be. I'm thinking it's Mel's mom who's going to try to create war with her scheming because she wants war. She wants her weapons, and I have a feeling that Vi is gonna be fighting with her sister Jinx. I think Jinx is gonna continue to go on her path of evil. I think based on what happened at the end, I don't think there's any way to come back from it, and it's gonna be sad. I think to watch them fight each other. Another person I am glad lived was Echo. I thought towards the end of one of the episodes that he might be killed because of the blast. But it is so good to see him alive along with the scientists. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happened. You know what? Actually, I think season two villain might be the henchman of uh, Silco. Was it Shrika? I think is her name. I think she might be the main villain in season two, perhaps. And of course, that doctor that created Shimmer, he's still alive, and I'm sure he's gonna try to do some other stuff. I think he's probably gonna be another evil character in season two. I wonder what they're gonna do with the magic orbs in season two, because in season one, I mean, you could see them imbuing the weapons with it, but then towards the end, it became more sort of sentient. It sort of start having its ability to protect itself somehow. It's like an AI. I would say maybe that's the real enemy. The backstory of Mel is pretty interesting as well, in her world, and what I mean. There's just so much to explore. This is. I hope they really can somehow pull it off and do like 7 or 8 seasons, because I would. The people working on this are just so talented. I don't know though if I could bear watching Jinx keep diving deeper and deeper into evil and becoming worse and worse. Because in the beginning, she's such a sweet kid. You know, you feel sorry for her, and you think she's gonna come out ahead. But the show definitely does not let that happen. Um, she might become one of the worst villains ever, which worries me because despite her just being so evil and everything, part of me knows that it's something is wrong with her mentally. It's not like she's in complete control of herself. So a part of me is hoping that she will somehow fight her mental illness and get out of it and become better, but she might not, and she might become like the most evil villain ever, and I think that's going to be kind of upsetting to see. I am sort of happy that Soko died at the end. Although, I don't know if he's gonna end up being dead. I think he had like 2 or 3 bullets in him. But the doctor might revive him somehow and make him, I don't know, whole again, some Frankenstein monster, just like what happened in Game of Thrones. I wouldn't be shocked if he was alive in season two. I hope he doesn't, because if he lives, then I hope Vander comes back as well. Anyways, this is such a great show. I'm looking forward to season two. I hope you like this review. Please subscribe and help support me if you'd like to see more videos. Thank you so much.